this matter is closed.
Sound check. Test 1, 2, check.
Hey Tiger friends, it's Meredith with TigerliliResources, and I wanted to give you the most amazing update. I'm sure you saw the thumbnail on this video, and it read, Case closed. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I want to get you up to speed. Back in 2018, that is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, we are now in 23, 6 years ago, we had somebody make an official complaint into the Missouri Attorney General's complaint line for human trafficking and nonprofits. And it sparked quite a large investigation. The Attorney General has information that the subjects, which would be myself and TigerliliResources, have used deception, fraud, false promise, misrepresentation, unfair practice, or the concealment, suppression, or omission of material fact in connection with the solicitation of funds for charitable purposes. To wit, making misrepresentations to individuals, businesses, sponsors, and other potential donors when soliciting donations related to anti-human trafficking efforts, and making misrepresentations to individuals, businesses, sponsors, and other potential donors in the course of selling goods with the promise that a portion of these proceeds would support anti-human trafficking efforts. What was said about us was that we were fraudulently operating, we were not fighting human trafficking, we were requesting funds from supporters and not doing work, all of these issues, and it was for a lot of money is what the claim was, a couple $1 million.
Just to note, TigerliliResources has never pulled in more than $235,000 in any one given year. And that year happened to be 2020, a year that we helped another organization get started. And they actually ended up pulling in more money than we did.
So it sparked an investigation, and I guess rightfully so, right? They need to make sure that those of us who are fighting human trafficking and using people's money, that we're actually doing it, right? And it was quite substantial. We had detectives that were calling our counselors that were working with us, calling other law enforcement that were partnering with us. Everybody knew about this investigation, and it really damaged our name, our reputation. It stopped people from being able to work with us. It ruined our credibility, and that was 6 years ago. And in that time, we had to supply a binder. It was of our entire year of financials, of happenings, events, anything that happened, we had to disclose what it was. And I did a banging job of giving our story in this beautiful presentation. And I even went so far as I delivered it myself down to the St. Louis office for the Attorney General's office. I walked myself down there with my pretty little book and I delivered it to the secretary, and I waited. And I waited for somebody to come out and acknowledge the fact that it was dropped off or anything that was going on, and I got nothing. People avoided me like the plague. Well, in that time, I have sent out literally 45 emails. I just went back and I counted all of them, trying to follow up and stay on top of what was going on. I provided more information as more information happened, different events, different rescues, different girls that were served, and I kept very transparent of what we were doing, and never did I get a response back, never did I get a phone call back. I can't even tell you how many phone calls I made. My phone history doesn't even go back that far back. It was probably at least the same amount of emails, I would guess, and never did I get a response. I let it go for a little while because I got to a point where I was like, well, I've done everything I can. I've submitted all the information I can. I followed up as much as I can. And we have more important things to do, like get back to work for fighting human trafficking and serving survivors. And I kind of let it just go for a little while, until it started kind of bubbling up inside of me again of, girl, you better make sure everything is all good, okay? So not only did the investigation happen and detectives were calling people, but I made an announcement myself because I wanted our people to know directly from me what was happening and not get lost in hearsay along the way. But lo and behold, hearsay still happened. And people that were very close with us, that were board members, that were volunteers, they got wind, obviously, because we told them what was going on, and they freaked out. And I guess rightfully so, but if you have discernment and if you know practices and what's going on, you should probably know better than that, but that's okay. That was just the Lord's way of clearing space and making way for the right people to come around. So in that time though, over the years, that has stuck with us and it has popped up in a gigantic radius as far as like from us down to Rolla, which is like 3.5 hours away. People got wind of, oh, you better watch working with Tigerlili because they don't work their finances well, or things like that. And people were just bad mouthing, and not knowing anything that was going on.
I want to take a quick pause and share a post that was put on Facebook of March of 23. And this comes from somebody who knows our organization up close and personal because this person has actually helped do our books. This was a post that was asking to contribute to funds that were being raised for a project here at the House of Rahab for the septic drain field, which, by the way, we have raised the funds for it. But I wanted to share this post specifically, and it reads, preface number 1, I hate asking for money. Preface number 2, I am extremely picky about where I give money because there are a lot of corrupt institutions out there that use donations for frivolous things while neglecting the needy and oppressed. Preface number 3, I know firsthand that this organization is legit because I have personally helped with their books and have seen and heard the testimonies of those who have been saved out of desperate situations. There are 2 young women in the greater St. Louis area that have been rescued and reunited with their children thanks to this organization. We've actually saved more than that, but this person happens to know of these 2 girls personally.
So that was more than one person that was going around and spreading wonderful news about us. But now I'm so happy to say that after 6 years and 45 emails and God knows how many phone calls and me following up and being that pestery little widow that kept poking on the judge of, hey, answer me. They finally did. And when they answered me, they responded back with 4 of the most beautiful words. This case is closed. Now, while I was really happy to hear that this case is closed, are you kidding me? After all of that time, after all of the damage that was done, after all of the information that we gave, after all of the follow-up that we did, this case is closed? No explanation, no rhyme or reason? Yeah, thanks, but we're going to go a little further with that. So I kept poking, and I finally got through to the Consumer Protection Office or something, and I spoke with, on email, no, actually I think I spoke to one time, this girl, Nicole, and talked to her, and she said that she had no idea. I even requested sunshine law paperwork. There was at one point, they even said they didn't have any information on us, which didn't make any sense because we gave a binder that was like a foot thick of our information. So how did they not have any information on us? Cool, but no. So I did a sunshine law request and I discovered who did the initial complaint. Yeah. And I also discovered that there wasn't any other information in there. So clearly they did their due diligence, found out what they needed to find out, and discovered there was nothing to do with this. So case closed. But they didn't tell us, right? They didn't tell anybody. So relationships were ruined and names were demolished, but I'm still pressing on, doing what we're supposed to do, doing what I'm called to do, serving survivors and raising awareness of human trafficking in America. And I never stopped. So in that time of bashing and losing relationships, we kept serving, and we were able to open up a safe home that served ladies here that were straight out of the life and helps them get on to healing. And man, the stories that I could tell you of amazing generational changes and families that are created and healed. Such good stuff. So I never let the accusations keep us down. I kept focused. I looked straight ahead, didn't look to the right or to the left. Right or to the left. We're mirrored. And I kept doing what I was supposed to do. And the Lord is faithful. And you know what? The truth shall set you free. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot and will not and does not overcome it. So I stayed true. I did what I had to do, and the proof is known. So I called in. I did finally, after being a little bit of a pest, and I told them I would be a respectful pest to you, but I'm going to keep calling you and reaching out to you and emailing you until you can give me an answer. If you don't know the answer, somebody does, and somebody can tell me something. So if it officially started, it can officially end. And I just want something in writing that says this case is closed. I wanted it to be professional. If they were professional in doing their work and starting the demolishing investigation, finish the job and be professional and officially close it. Well, I didn't get my letter, but I did get a phone call back from Shelly, who was the, I guess, office manager in the Consumer Protection Department, and this is what she had to say.
This matter is closed. But we don't issue letters of this sort and sunshine request. We just don't do that. So I'm letting you know, like I did before. This is closed. It remains closed. There's nothing we're doing.
Okay.
And if law enforcement has any questions, they can call, and I'm going to tell them the same thing. This is closed.
Okay.
There's not an ongoing investigation.
There's not an ongoing investigation. Okay.
Right.
So
there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing we're looking at. Nothing.
okay, so I just want to make sure like we are super clear to go forward because we're doing things that are like, national reach, and I just would hate to.
Yeah, what you choose to do is up to you. I don't give you legal advice.
No, I know that. Yeah.
But yeah, everything is closed.
That's right. I'm not asking for legal advice. I just wanted to make sure that nothing will creep up on us again going forward and like catastrophically destroy the reputation again.
I can't predict the future on what.
No, I'm just concerned to this.
Closed. Right, it's closed.
It's closed. Right on.
If somebody call and say whatever happened with the investigation, it's closed. It's closed. It's closed.
It's closed. Thank you.
I can't imagine that anybody's going to ask about it. I mean, could anything be sunshineable? Yes. But they would also see that, under sunshine law, we have to, provide any information, and I think you've got what sunshineable, which is
nothing.
There's not a lot in there.
Right, there was nothing.
Right?
Yeah, really.
Right.
So I'm like,
there's nothing in there.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
That's all I needed to know, like for sure. And I thank you.
That's all I can tell you.
Cool. That's all I need then. I appreciate it very much.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Have a good one then.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Bye-bye.
you too. Bye.
So Tiger friends, I just want to thank you again for always your love and your support, your prayers, and always just standing with us, those of you who have, and for those of you who have talked lovely behind our backs. Hey, the truth is out now, so it doesn't matter what you have to say. We keep doing what we're doing. I keep doing what the Lord has called me to do, and I do it fearlessly and boldly. And now that we are spreading our reach nationally, this girl's going to get louder. So get ready to hear my voice, loud and bold. So by the power of the Holy Spirit and the love of Jesus Christ, we are going after his babies, and we are shining the light on this dark reality of what human trafficking is in America, and we're doing it unrestricted. If you would like to get involved, hey, now is a great time to do so. So reach out and we'll find a way that you can, whether it is with time, talents, or treasures. They're all valuable to us and we appreciate them so much. We can't do any of this work without you. We are not state or federally funded, and we never will be. We count on the generosity of friends like you. So join in, join the fight, help us end human trafficking in America. So Tiger friends, this is Meredith with Tiger Lili Resources, and I am signing off.